Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Felissimo Friday and it's time to open number 17 of our Felissimo 500 pencils. And this set is called Sophisticated. It is number 321 to 340. The little poem that is with the swatch chart says, "With the most graceful spirit and gorgeous tones of lilac and blue, colors created in swan-like movements, her timeless sophistication shone through." Pearls. They're so pretty. All right, so we have our swatch chart here. The colors for this set are Cleopatra's Temple, Ancient Sandstone, Seabed Sand, Yoga Meditation, Distinguished Darling, Lady Luxe, Creative Cool, Gown Grand, Nautical Slumber, Perplexed Polish. Yeah, let's get our tongue from twisting here. Camelot Curtsy, Flight Fabulous, Royal Prince, Chic Shatter, Lilac Drop, Enlightened Triumph, Bridesmaid's Gown, Plum Perfection, Corner Conversations, and Violet Beauty. In case you want to create a little story with the names of the pencils, I would appreciate it, and it's always fun to read them. I'm going to switch over to the close-up camera here, and we're going to do our swatch. And we're going to start with Cleopatra's Temple. These are a chunky square pencil. I have sharpened them, and to sharpen them I use the Mr. Pen sharpener in the large hole. Alright, so I hope everyone is doing well today. It's Friday. This color is laying down really nicely even on this paper. The swatch paper the paper they use for their swatch charts is not the best paper, but even this pencil's just going down on it really nicely. Alright, so that's a lovely peach tone, very light color. This one is called Ancient Sandstone, so it's going to be a light color as well. Definitely a sandstone color. Very nice color. Of course, we will be using these for a little bird in our Winged Daydreams coloring book by Monique Daywild. There we go. That's a nice color. And then the next one is Seabed Sand. This one's going to be a little bit grayer. Still a very, very nice color. These are going to make a pretty, pretty bird. Because if you remember, we're coloring a page with a whole bunch of little birds on a little tree. Very nice. This one is called Yoga Meditation. It's got a touch of green in it. It's definitely a lovely green-gray kind of color. And then we have Distinguished Darling. This is more of a blue-gray. Definitely a nice dark cool gray. Just building that color up, giving us our dark area. Very, very nice color. And then we have Lady Luxe. This is another light cool gray. That's an awesome color for clouds. Very, very nice. I know you guys can't see that very well, but it's a nice color. And then we have Creative Cool. Glad to see these light grays. The other sets didn't have a lot of gray colors in it. Very, very medium light, medium cool gray. Doesn't seem to have any brown undertones to it, just the blue undertones, which is good. Alright, then we have Gown Grand. This is going to be a blue. See, this one is not laying down very well on this paper. If you do purchase these, do not be discouraged by the way they lay down on the swatched paper, because the swatch paper is not very good. Very nice blue. And then we have Nautical Slumber. And these are more of a gray blue, a steel kind of blue. This one will be great in deep oceanic type of pictures. Oh, it's just a great color. It'd be great anywhere. But it definitely will give depth to those oceanic type of pictures. I sharpened that one a little too sharp. This one too, so we'll see some crumbles from this one as well. This one is called Perplexed Polish. And this is a very light blue. Like almost can't see it light blue. It's very light. Pressing a little bit harder than I normally would so that I can get a deep color there for what it is. It's a very, very light blue. Sorry, I don't mean to blow in your ear. I should just use my brush. There we go. And then we have this one here, which is Camelot Curtsy. A bit of a deeper blue gray. And like with most other pencils, the paper does matter. Okay. And then we have Flight Fabulous. There's a lot of blue grays in here and light blues, which is great. And it's that really, really light cloud kind of blue, not the bright sky light blue colors. Not the robin egg blue kind of light blue. It's more of a cloud blue kind of color. That's very nice too. All right, now we're into Royal Prince. We're going to start into some purple here. This is a very, very light lilac kind of color. A lot of really pale pastel kind of colors in this set. So far, anyway. This is going to make a very, very soft bird. So that is a nice light lavender kind of color. Or lilac, whichever. This one is called Chick Shatter. Tongue twisters today, I'm telling you. And this is a bit of a purpley gray. So it's gray, but it has a bit of a purple undertone to it. And we're going to do our deeper area here. Like that. It's a really nice color. I know it doesn't look it on the camera, but it is actually a nice color. This one is called Lilac Drop. Definitely a lilac color. I think the other one is more of a lavender or, what is the name of it? Oh dear. I can never remember the name of that blue until long after I've stopped streaming. And then I'll remember it and go, well, too late now. And this is a really, really pretty lilac color. Just building up that color a little bit, just to make sure I can see it. Dust it off. I know they all look very, very light to you guys. But once I switch you over to the other camera, you'll be able to see a little bit better, I think. Let's see if I can get that to show a little bit better. Because you're not getting the nearly enough of the actual color here. So let's see. We can get, that's better. So that's giving you a better view of the different colors. That's a little better. They're really hard to see because they're really, really light colors. So I have intensified them a little bit so that you can see the color. This is Enlightened Triumph. That's pretty. It is a very pretty pink purple. A little bit pinker than the Lilac Drop. Very, very pretty color. All of these colors are very soft. They're not very, very stark as of yet. I think the deepest one we have is the Camelot Curtsy and the Distinguished Darling so far. This one here is called Bridesmaid's Gown. Again, a really nice uh, purpled gray. It's a very warm kind of color. You guys can see the purple on the camera a little bit better than the gray. But the more I build it up, the more gray you can see, which is great. Because it's actually a really, really pretty color. I know grays aren't all that exciting, but when you think of all the different things, all the different shadows and all the different things that you can layer that with to get depth, it's really pretty. This one here is called Plum Perfection. And I'll show you that when we color with them, how I'll use those grays to enhance the other colors as well as themselves. So I'm just pressing a little bit harder and building the color up on this Plum Perfection here. And it's a really, really pretty pink purple. It's deeper than the Enlightened Triumph. Just trying to wrap my brain around this color. It's so pretty. All right, so that is a very, very pretty pink purple. And then we have the last two. This one here is Corner Conversations. Again, going into that red violet color. And this is a much deeper red violet color. Just going to build that up. And then we're going to put a little bit more pressure on it. Try to build some color on there. So you get a view of the actual color. And that one is called Corner Conversation. Now it's showing a little bit pinker than it is. It's a bit more of the red-violet kind of color. This one is called Violet Beauty, which is another deep red-violet color. It's got more red in it than the violet, where the other one has more of the violet. All right. So this one was called Violet Beauty. And there we have our colors. I'm going to switch it over to the main camera so you can see those a little bit better. So we have Cleopatra's Temple, Ancient Sandstone, Seabed Sand, Yoga Meditation, Distinguished Darling, Lady Lux, Creative Cool, Gown Grand, Nautical Slumber, Perplexed Polish, Camelot Curtsy, Flight Fabulous, Royal Prince, Chick Shatter, Lilac Drop, Enlightened Triumph, Bridesmaid's Gown, Plum Perfection, Corner Conversations, and Violet Beauty. And for some reason, the light is not being kind. Hold on a sec. Let's turn this on. Oh, my light's dead. That doesn't help. Hold on. I don't know why sometimes if the sun is coming in or the outside light is at all different than the inside light, it gets to be a little bit funky. and does not look very nice, and that bugs me. Just saying. Alright, so let's fix that. Let's go default on there. Alright. Clear that up a little bit. There we go. That's better. There, that's a better rendition of what the colors look like. And it doesn't look all weirded out. Alright, so that is how those look. Really, really pretty set of colors. Like I said, this one here is a little bit more purple. This one here is a little bit more red. A really beautiful set of colors. Now we are going to color with them. I'm going to set that aside. And we are going to color on the birds. So we colored this one with number 16 last week. And we're going to color this one this week. So I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera. Just going to bend the book a little bit so that it stays open. And there we have it. Now I'm just going to do this because now it's a little bit too saturated. There we have it. Just trying to get it so that it's fairly close to the proper colors. There we go. That's pretty close. Alright, so we're going to start on this bird, and we're going to start with, let's start with Bridesmaid's Gown for our shadow colors. Because the bird itself we're going to do in the purples. That does not look in focus. There, that's better. There we go. That's better. Sorry about that. Every once in a while you got to adjust things because, yeah, the program says, I don't care how you had it before. This is how it's going to be now. So I'm just putting in some shadow work here. Now the under area of the bird is going to be the lighter purples. Actually, let's do that. Maybe the lighter blues. And then the upper area here we'll do in that red violets. So now we're going to take let's take this one. So we're going to use the corner conversations in the deep areas here. And under here. See how that light gray color, even though it's a light gray color, it does give us that shadow because of the grays in it. All right. Then we're going to come down here and turn the book slightly so that I can get down the outside of the wing here without going too far out. We want it to shadow it, but we don't want to overtake the entire area. Then we're going to come down off of this area here. Like I said, we want to enhance that area, but we don't want to overtake it. So now we're going to take our Violet Beauty and we're just going to come up off of that a little bit. Like so. Because the Corner Conversations has a little bit more of the purple in it. It works better for a shadow color than the darker Violet Beauty because the Violet Beauty has a little bit more red in it, which can be built off of for the pink tones that we're going to be finishing this off with. So I'm just bringing that out a little bit. Going around the eye, like so. Alright, so the next one we're going to use is Plum Perfection. And we're just going to come up off of that. And we're just going to work towards the center of the bird here. Building that color towards the center. So this area right here is going to be the lightest area. And then we're going to go in with the Enlightened Triumph. Just blending that all together. And then last but not least, we're going to add the Lilac Drop. And we're going to do his beak in the lilac. Well, her beak. We'll do him as a him and keep her as a her. Just because. Okay. Now for her wings, we're going to go more in the just the violets, the light colors. So we're going to take our violet Beauty, and we're going to do our shadow area here like this. And then we're going to work off of that with the lighter tones. So, alright, and then we're going to go in with the Plum Perfection. Extending that violet out a little bit. Same for the other side here. And then last but not least, we'll put in the Enlightened Triumph. So they are not as crumbly or as dusty on this page as they are on that other swatch chart page. If you were concerned about that, I know I was. Like, these are really dusty on here. Alright, now we're going to do the leaves. So we're going to start with Distinguished Darling. In the center areas here. And the shadow areas here. Not going to do this one. That one I'm going to do a different color. Okay. And then we're going to go in with this one, which is Nautical Slumber. And we're just going to come out from the center here. Same with down here. From that shadow area. And then we're going to use Perplexed Polish, which is a very, very light blue. Blending all those colors together. for the wings. Like so. And then we're going to take this one here, which is Cleopatra's Temple. And we're going to put it in this part of the wing here and here. And then we're going to take the ancient sandstone and we're just going to bring that in down here. Like so. And then we're going to do the same thing on her underwing, under feathers here. Going to work with that gray. Like so. So I'm using Cleopatra's Temple again. As our undercolor, our deeper color. And then we're going to go over it with the sandstone. Like that. And then for the flowers, we're going to start with the corner conversations. Just a little tiny bit of it. And we're going to pull that color in with other colors. And then we're going to use this one here, which is Royal Prince. And I'm just blending that corner conversations into the Royal Prince. Now I need a little tiny bit more in this one. Spreading it out a little bit. Then I'll drag it out a little bit more. And then we're going to use Gown Grand. Looks like I need to sharpen this one. And then we'll use Creative Cool. part. And then we'll finish this part off. Like that. And then we're going to do her tail. And we're going to start her tail with, actually let's use these three. We're going to start the tail with Distinguished Darling. And just put the shadow overlap of each feather. Like so. And then we're going to use Yoga Meditation. Just coming off that shadow from the edge. Again from this edge. And then we're going to use Seabed Sand for the center area. Just connecting those all together. Like so. And then we're going to use this one here, which is Lady Lux, for her feet. And we're going to put a little bit of this one here, which is Camelot Curtsy, in the shadows of her feet. And her talons, or her nails, whichever you will call it. Like so. And then we'll do a little bit on her eye and under here. And there we have our number 17 sophisticated little bird. So I'm just going to put these back in here. They're not going to be in order, but that's fine. I'll be going through and resorting them out and putting them away in my case that I have for them. But I don't want to just throw them in here because I don't want to damage them. Oh, there goes the choo-choo. There's been a lot of trains today. Alright, so I'm going to switch you over to the main camera. There we have all of our wonderful pencils. And there we have our little birds. So this one was done with number 16. This one is done with number 17. Number 17 is called Sophisticated. It has number 321 to 340. It's a very nice gray tones, as well as some light pastel colored pencils in it. The names of the pencils is Cleopatra's Temple, Ancient Sandstone, Seabed Sand, Yoga Meditation, Distinguished Darling, Lady Lux, Creative Cool, Gown Grand, Nautical Slumber, Perplexed Polish, Camelot Curtsy, Flight Fabulous, Royal Prince, Chick Shatter, Lilac Drop, Enlightened Triumph, Bridemaid's Gown, Plum Perfection, Corner Conversations, and Violet Beauty. If you choose to create a little story using those, please do so and leave that in the chat section below the video in the comment section. I would be happy to read them. Alright guys, with that I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the Felissimo Friday for this Friday. Of course, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artists that you enjoy. And always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye for now.